What's going on, homosexuals? This is Coach Nat from the Queer Gym. And look, we're about to hit the holiday season, and I already know what's about to happen. The holidays are a fucking shit show. You're eating in a calorie surplus, you stop your routines completely, all your structure goes out the fucking window, you're stressed out, your sleep is shit, you're emotionally eating your fucking face off. And then, of course, my favorite, you want to just wait to start in January. Yeah, fuck that. Because here's what nobody tells you. You don't have to let the holidays kick your ass. You can actually kick ass during the holidays. I've helped over 10,000 queers stay consistent during the most chaotic time of the year without missing out on tamales, without skipping family time, and without losing their fucking minds. And in this masterclass, I'm going to be breaking down the exact system that makes that happen. We're talking about how to manage your time, money, and attention during the holidays, the dial versus the switch mindset that changes everything for you, real tactics about fitness and nutrition that don't suck ass, and how to make this the best holiday season yet. So if you're ready to stop starting over in January every damn year and actually enjoy the holidays without sabotaging your progress, let's fucking go. Let's talk about how to survive the holidays because you know you're on your fitness game, you're hitting your macros, you're hitting your steps, you're doing the things, and then the holidays show up and it all goes to shit. Because let's be real, the holidays can 100% be a shit show. And because it's a shit show, most people think that they gain a bunch of weight during the holidays. Most people think they gain 5 to 10 pounds. I asked my members how much they think people actually gain during the holidays, and most of them said 15 to 20 pounds. So I think I was lowballing it here. But here's the good news, that's actually way off. If you were to take a guess, how much do you think people actually gain during the holidays? The answer is going to surprise you. It's actually only 1 to 2 pounds. Okay, but here's the kicker. Those 1 to 2 pounds don't come off afterwards. They tend to stay on, which is why it adds up year after year after year. And the reason it feels like it's more than 1 to 2 pounds is simply because of the water retention that we're getting from eating all the salty and sugary foods, more alcohol, less sleep, less movement, overall stress hormones. And there are definitely some people that are likely to gain way more weight than that during the holidays. And that's typically people who are already eating like trash on most days. They are people who stop all routine and structure during the holidays. They deal with high stress, bad sleep, emotional eating. The holidays can definitely be a very emotional time. Or people who just say, I'll start over in January. So, luckily, if you're watching this video, you're trying to get ahead of all that, so you're in the right spot. And surviving the holidays is cool and all, but since we're here, why not fucking thrive? Because if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready in January. So, let's kick it off by defining the holiday season. Most people think of this as the holiday season. They think of the last 2 weeks of November and all of December. But technically, it's only 3 days. But for some reason, we give it a whole last season. Okay, fine. If you want to make it a whole last season, then in that case, I would like to add a pre and a post week to the holiday season. And here's why: preparing for the holidays and then recovering from the holidays. So now that we've defined what the holiday season is, let's talk about how to survive it. And there's only really one way to survive the holiday season, and that is to prep. Winging it is going to get you fucked up. Plus, I've never met anyone who crushed a goal and didn't prepare for it. So why would this be different? Now, before we jump into preparing your actions and habits for the holidays, we have to start by prepping your thoughts and your words. Now, if you've been following me, you know that this is a little identity equation that I talk a lot about. And yes, we are going back to that identity bullshit because it's not bullshit. If you want to hit your goal and you want to keep your results, there's two things that will get you there, and that is it. It comes down to two things. Number one is your identity. If you want to hit your goal and you want to keep those results, you have to transform your identity. And number two, you have to transform your environment, period. So sorry, not sorry. It comes down to identity. It just is what it is. So let's start with the first part of your identity, your thoughts. When you think about the holidays, what kind of thoughts go into your head? Okay, like when I say holidays, are you like, oh fuck, stressful, expensive, busy, chaotic? Write those thoughts. Like what comes into your mind when you think about the holidays? Do you like what just came up in your head? Do they align with the way that you want to live your life? Like, do you want your holiday season to always be chaotic and busy and expensive and all these negative thoughts we have around it? Because if you don't, we need to go reframe them. So take a moment, pause this video, and look at all those shitty thoughts you just had about the holidays, and let's reframe them, right? Maybe instead of like, oh, it's fucking, it's expensive. Maybe it's like, I'm fucking grateful that I have enough cash to like play Santa and like get to give people gifts that are important in my life or spend time with them. So whatever that reframe looks like, take a moment to pause this video and go and reframe that shit. All right, hopefully you actually did that shit because next we're going to talk about your words. So when you think about the holidays, what words do you use to describe them? Write those down. I'm serious. Pause this video, write that shit down. Holidays, what words come up in your head immediately? And if you like them, and if that's the way that you want the rest of your holidays to be like for the rest of your life, then don't change them. But if you don't, take a moment, pause this video, and go and reframe those words. Cool. And now that we have a new mindset about the holidays and have a new way that we want to think and speak and feel during the holidays, now we can get to these tactics. Now, this is a part where you expect me to go into all the fitness and nutrition tips. And we'll get there, but first, we need to talk about your adulting macros. If you're like, what the fuck is an adulting macro? It is my core belief that most people don't have a fitness and nutrition problem. They actually have an adulting problem. I define adulting by how well you manage your adulting macros, which there's three of them: your time, your money, and your attention. For example, you miss your workouts because you don't have time. You don't have time because you have to go to work. You have to go to work because you're struggling with money. And all of a sudden, your self-care gets no attention. See how that works? So, yeah, I could go into a bunch of fitness and nutrition tips, but I think giving you tips on your adulting macros during the holidays is going to be more impactful and therefore create the capacity for you self-care during the holiday season. Fair enough? All right. So let's kick it off with the first one, time. I actually want you to print out a calendar or write this out. Okay, have like a physical thing that you can like write on, okay? So this is quote unquote the holiday season that we talked about. I want you to do the following. I want you to write in your days off. What days are you off of work? Next, I want you to write in travel days. If you're going to be traveling, write that in there. Then I want you to add events, holiday parties, work parties, family events. Write all that in your calendar so you can see visually what your time is going to be looking like. Next, I want you to write in time for shopping, decorating, wrapping gifts. These things take up your time too. So maybe you can find a way now that you see what your time looks like. Maybe you do a little bit more shopping online, or you give your shopping list to other people so they can pick up the stuff when you go to save you some time. Maybe you don't go all out in decorating this year. Or maybe you decide to save some time by just having your gifts wrapped when you buy them at the store. And the last thing I want you to add on here is fucking rest. You're already tired as fuck before the holiday season even comes around. The holiday season is about to come in here and kick your ass, and I need you to plan for some rest. If you end up feeling good and don't end up taking that rest time, cool, extra time, no one's mad at that. But if you're really exhausted, you're gonna thank yourself for planning a day off or an evening off. Whatever that looks like for you, just fucking plan your rest. Next up is money. So have your calendar laid out like this. And in there, I want you to write in your paydays. When is the money coming in? If you're getting a bonus for the holidays, write that in as well. And unfortunately, the bills don't give a fuck. They're going to keep on coming. So go ahead and write in when your regular bills are due. Next, I want you to add any travel expenses. And I want you to have a gifting budget. Don't just fucking swipe your fucking credit card and then end up in a fuck ton of debt in January. Look at your budget. How much do you actually have to spend on fucking gifts this year? And fucking remember, the best things in life are fucking free. At the end of the day, your kids don't give a fuck about a toy. They care about the memory they create with you, spending quality time, right? Your family wants to have you fully present when they're hanging out with you. Those are the things that really fucking matter. Now, your most important adulting macro is your attention. Okay, so same thing. Start out by having the calendar laid out like this, and you're going to write in the following. Who do you want to see and who do you not want to see during the holidays? Having a list of who you want to fuck with and who you don't is going to help you really identify how you want to disperse your time, your money, your attention. Also, think about what kind of vibe you want to have. Like, what do you want your holidays to feel like? And maybe instead of planning your to-do list for the holidays, maybe you plan based on how you feel, how you want to feel for the holidays, and try to plan for that feeling. And check in with yourself. The holidays can be chaotic, but they can also be a staycation. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Do you need rest to go into this holiday season? This season is also a good time if you're chilling to take time to plan your next year, reflect, what goals do you want to work on? Or sometimes, the holidays is also a great time to just let off some steam and go have a little bit of fun. So check in with yourself around what your attention is wanting from you and go from there. Now that you have a better visual of what your holiday season is and what your adulting macros look like, now let's talk about fitness and nutrition. The best thing that you could do to prepare for the holiday season with your fitness and your nutrition is understanding the dial and switch analogy I'm about to make for y'all. Most people think about their fitness or nutrition as a switch. Like, I'm on my fitness thing, or I fell off, I'll get back on it. There's a lot of on or off, which is essentially all or nothing mentality when it comes to your fitness and nutrition. I think you're better served thinking of this as a dial instead of a switch that you go on or off of. A dial means essentially a spectrum. So let's say, for example, that it's Thanksgiving Day and you know that you're not going to be hitting your macros. You're going to be dialing down your nutrition. Now, because you know that, that gives you the opportunity to not just completely go off everything, but you can dial down your nutrition for Thanksgiving and then you can up your dial for fitness. Hey, because I know I'm going to be, you know, doing what my thing at Thanksgiving dinner, I'm going to make sure that I get my walk in the morning, right? Or I'm going to incorporate a walk after dinner to help me digest. So all I'm saying is that don't go on or off during the holidays. Decide how to move your fitness dial, how to move your nutrition dial based on what your holiday season looks like. So TLDR, we're not doing the whole on and off switch bullshit. Okay. So how are we going to actually implement this mindset into this? Now, I want you to start by looking at your weeks and decide on your dials on a weekly basis. So, for example, like on Thanksgiving week, maybe your food's going to be dialed down, but maybe your fitness is going to be dialed up a little bit. After Thanksgiving, maybe you'll be both dialed in for fitness and for nutrition. So, what I want you to do is to plan your holiday season on a weekly basis using these dials. That's how you're going to start off with. As each week comes up, I want you to look at the week and I want you to pick your dials on a more granular basis by looking at it at the days. So, for example, the week before Christmas, you're like, okay, this is the week before Christmas. I'm not traveling yet. I'm still doing my routine. I'm going to be on my dials for both fitness and nutrition. But then the following week, you have the holidays. So maybe you don't go, green dials all the way across, but you can look at each day individually and be like, okay, Sunday, Monday, I'm going to still stick to my normal routine. On Tuesday, I'm going to tweak it a little bit. On Wednesday, I'm going to tweak it a little bit. On Thursday, I'm going to take the day off. Friday, I'm going to tweak it. And then by Sunday, I'm going to make sure that I'm back on my dials for both fitness and nutrition. Doing it this way will help you stay more consistent throughout your holiday season and avoid the all or nothing mentality and having to completely start from ground zero come January. Hopefully that was helpful and that switched your mindset on how we look at the holiday season in regards to your fitness and nutrition. So now let me actually drop some of my top tips for fitness and nutrition. Starting with number one, do the shit early. The later you wait in the day, the less likely you are to get your stuff done. So do your workout, go on your walk early. Load up your protein at the start of your day. Go to bed early. Do the shit early. Number two, stay accountable. This one's kind of cringy, but I do encourage you to weigh in. Don't wait till January to weigh in. Weigh in weekly, weigh in every day. I personally like to do it every day. It just keeps me more accountable. And also, like, look at your bank account. Don't just swipe the card and just hope it's not that bad when you look at it in January. Look at your bank account, look at your scale, take accountability. The more that you check in, the less likely you are to go off the wall. Now, I know when I tell you to weigh in or look at your bank account, you're like, oh, no, it feels yucky. Yeah, I know. But here's the deal. You're choosing to make it feel yucky. Those numbers, they're just a data point. There's no feeling that comes with it. You get to choose how you feel about that number. And if we have the power to choose, why not choose positively? Why not be like, all right, Scale, thanks. That lets me know that I had a good time last night at Thanksgiving dinner, and that encourages me to get back on it today. Number three, have an attitude of gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you don't have during the holidays, and that may be material stuff, that could also be family, friends, connection, relationships, right? You might be single this holiday season. You might be grieving this holiday season. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. Number four, recalibrate. Have quick little recalibration sessions after each holiday. I don't recommend waiting till the end and having one giant one at the end. So, for example, instead of waiting to have one big recalibration at the end of January so you can see the damage that was done during the holiday season, have one after Thanksgiving. Then the next sprint is from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And then you have your final third sprint come New Year's. So taking quick little recalibration sessions just to kind of see, hey, is my plan going according to what I had hoped for? That's going to help you overall manage your stress. Lastly, I want to say that this is game time. You've been learning and practicing new skills and habits all year long. This is a time for you to show out. Most people, when they come to game time, they're like, okay. And they completely forget all the new skills they've been learning, all the new habits. They just throw them out the window and they show up to game time and get their ass whooped. So, my last tip here is use your resources. You have new skills, new things that you've been learning. This is the time for you to implement them, not just for you to throw them out the window and go back to doing the same shit you've been doing. You also may have a coach that you're working with, right? And let them know, hey, I'm really struggling with this, or like, hey, what do you think about what I'm going to have for Christmas dinner? I'm going to this party. What should I bring? Use your coach and also use your team. Team meaning your community. It might be friends, it might be the people at your gym. Use your community, lean on them. Use your teammates, use your coach, use your new skills. This is not the time for you to throw all that shit out the window, show up to game time, and get your ass whooped. Now, if you want extra support during the holidays and beyond, and also if you want to work out with hella queers and include nutrition coaching and have accountability like a crazy ex-girlfriend, but for fitness and nutrition, you totally can. Click the link in the bio and let's chat. Ta-da! Happy holidays, homos. Peace.